Welcome guys. This is going to be the battle of the giants, the AUG and the BERYL. Which one kills faster? Because that is the answer I'm gonna try to get for you today. This is what I call a deep dive into the data that is behind the damage and how it's calculated and what the results are for both the BERYL and the AUG. So this right here is what I'm working with. This is my damage spreadsheet. Talked about it in an earlier video. It's received a lot of updates that you'll just notice when I use it for this comparison. The first thing I'm going to do here is I'm just going to sort by the BERYL and the AUG, so we only have those two weapons, and then it just becomes a lot simpler to look at. But first, you do need to know how this is calculated so you understand the results. Basically, the guns have a base damage that is affected by the part of the body that you hit. For example, hitting the hands does less damage than hitting the face. Makes sense. And then also it's affected by the armor you use. For example, level 3 armor will have a higher damage reduction than level 1, for instance, right? That makes good sense. But from here on out, there is also two other things that is very importantly affecting the weapons. And one thing is that the damage, the base damage, actually falls over distance. So the damage is affected by distance. The further the bullet moves, the less damage it will do. And also, the bullet travel time is a huge thing here. It's something I never took into account before, and it's actually something I started calculating based on a YouTube comment. So guys, by all means, keep coming with your inputs. I do read it, and sometimes there's some really goodies in there that is affecting what I end up doing. So the bullet travel time is important. It is of course affected by the bullet velocity, which means, guys, that if the bullet is flying fast, it will hit the enemy faster than a bullet that is flying slow. That makes good sense, all right? And in PUBG, it is the player that hits the other guy first with lethal damage that wins the fight, and then the other guy's damage will be canceled. That's how it works, guys. So if you have a bullet flying in the air and you die, meanwhile your bullet is traveling towards the head of the enemy, then your bullet, it will hit, you will see blood, but it will do 0 damage. That is how this game works. So that is also why bullet velocity is so important, and bullet travel time especially. All right, and guys, just for a moment here, building this spreadsheet, getting all the data, doing all the calculations has involved so much work, programming, making multiple scripts, and a lot of work. It's probably 60 to 70 hours I've spent getting to this point. So very much would appreciate if you would support me with your creator code on accounts.crafton.com. It helps me a lot, and it motivates me a ton to do more stuff like this and to spend more time getting you those nitty-gritty details about the game. So the first graph I want you to look at is the damage as it gets lower over distance. And the graph we have right here, that is the damage fall off over distance. So it starts for the BERYL with a damage value of 44, and for the AUG that is 41, but very quickly at around a little bit over 50 meters, it starts shrinking. So of course you're looking at an assault rifle, and yeah, shooting people further away than 50 meters, you will be shooting your gun at these distances. But obviously it's not going to be the main. That's not going to be the main thing that you do. You typically fighting a little bit closer, but it's still relevant because, as you see here, the difference in the damage between the two guns, the further you get away, will narrow down until a point where, interestingly enough, the AUG is actually doing more damage per bullet than the BERYL. That's only, of course, relevant if you're shooting at targets very far away. You put a 6x scope or whatever on your assault rifle and you use it as a DMR. It's interesting nevertheless, and it does have a bit of impact when you get to those long-range sprays. But what is even more interesting, guys, and this is what really is affecting this whole thing, is the bullet velocity fall off over distance. So what this is that is actually the time it takes for the bullet to hit the target. All right, so that means you fire a bullet. How long does it take for that bullet to reach the target? You have it in seconds here on the y-axis and meters on the x-axis. So as you can see, the further away your enemy is, the longer it will take the BERYL to hit the target relative to the AUG. And already at pretty close distances, you're going to see a difference here. You're going to see that the bullet of the AUG just hits faster because it has a faster bullet velocity than the AUG, and actually much faster. So it is a significant thing. All right, having understood this, we're now going to look at the other part of what we're going to be looking at and the conclusion we're going to get to with this, and that is a damage model that I have built for this, which took me honestly way too long, but I wanted it to be working exactly the way I wanted it to. So what this is, guys, this is a damage model you have right here that is working based on these values up here that you select from a drop-down menu. Basically, you are selecting the average chance of you to hit each body part in a situation, in a gunfight. And in this situation, I have chosen 25% to hit the head, 5% to hit the neck, 10% for the shoulder, 35% for the upper chest, and the lower chest 15% chance, and then a 10% chance to hit the upper arms. And of course, this is something that I have just estimated. This is based on an accuracy that I feel like, oh, I can definitely have this accuracy. And I think most people can probably get this accuracy within a certain range. You can, if you want to, download this Excel spreadsheet on wackyjackie.com, and you can just change these numbers. It will affect the results, guys. So that is why that could be interesting. For example, if you hit the arms and legs and whatnot a lot, then you will see submachine guns suddenly take off, right? Because they have a higher damage modifier against limbs. So for this baseline of the data, I played around with multiple different scenarios here, guys. One scenario that is very interesting is that for every situation where you are fighting a player that is full health, is at point blank range or further away, so the distance is irrelevant in this situation, but the player is wearing a level 3 vest and a helmet. For every single situation where that player is using either a level 1 helmet, which is here, you can see the AUG killing, in this case, 9 milliseconds faster than the BERYL, so it is deadlier. And of course, the further you get away, the bigger this difference will be. Here, because of the bullet travel time, the AUG at 30 meters kills faster. Let me just show you what 30 meters looks like. I'm gonna take out an old favorite here, the spotter scope. Let's go 30 meters against this target here. So this right here, this distance is affecting that lethality a lot, and it's not difficult to hit a target in this range, right? So that is 30 meters, all right? But again, the distance is really irrelevant, so let's just set it to 1. The point is that the BERYL kills slower than the AUG. The AUG is more lethal against level 3 vest. Against the level 2 helmet and a level 3 vest, now the AUG just kills even faster. Yeah, you can see it's 10 milliseconds instead of 9, which was our previous example. And what about a level 3 helmet? Level 3 helmet, level 3 vest, still the AUG kills faster. So in any situation where the player has a level 3 vest, the AUG is the better choice. All right, so that is one situation. Now let's go to a very common combination, level 2 helmet, level 2 vest. Because here, yes, the AUG actually does not kill faster than the BERYL. In this model I'm using here, the BERYL will beat the AUG at point blank range. However, the moment you get to a distance of, is it 55? Yeah, it's 55 meters, which is something, guys. That is something. Don't be fooled. The moment you get to 55 meters, then you will kill faster again with the AUG. And I think that looks like here. It looks like 55 or 51. All right. So let's see if I'm peeking my enemies like this. This is like 55, isn't that? Yeah, 55. So yeah, can you hit your enemy here? Wait, I don't really have attachments here. I have a grip, but yes, it's definitely possible to hit an enemy at that range. Definitely possible. Not impossible at all. No sound here, just to protect your hearing. Okay, I'm thinking about you guys. I don't want you to go deaf. Okay, you can do that on your own while playing the game. So, I mean, that's some significant situations, right? So another thing where the BERYL looks kind of strong is during a hot drop. Because during a hot drop, let's say you're landing there, you may not have a helmet and no armor. Well, the BERYL kills faster. All right. What about having a level 1 vest and no helmet? The BERYL kills faster. What about a level 1 helmet and a level 1 vest? The BERYL kills faster. Against a level 2 vest and a level 1 helmet, the BERYL also kills faster. So there are these situations where you will be fighting close range, early game, hot drop. I suggest, if you can control it, pick up the BERYL. And now I said if you can control it. So that's another thing. This video won't contain recoil patterns and spraying on walls and stuff. This is a damage comparison. So it is really up to you. If you feel like you can control the AUG more easily than the BERYL, well, then that very, very quickly becomes the better choice, because mid to end game, the AUG will just destroy the BERYL. However, early game, the BERYL will destroy the AUG. So that's really one way you can look at this. And now you might say, but Wacky, 100% health. I'm not at 100% health all the time. Sometimes I get shot, I have to heal up, and I use the first aid, and then I'm at 75% health, and I might be boosted, but it takes a few seconds for me to gain my health and get back up to 100. What actually happens if you change the health of the player to 75? And I can only say I'm glad you asked, because this is also interesting. If you change the health of the player to 75, which is in a situation where you just healed up, then all these situations I just mentioned against a level 3 vest where the AUG wins, now the BERYL will win against level 1, level 2, and against level 3. However, very, very quickly, you just need to hit 80% health. So that is a few boosters. Then we're back again. Now, again, the BERYL kills slower than the AUG. The AUG is deadliest against full level 3, against level 2 level 3, and against level 1 level 3. So that is why overall the AUG is the better mid to end game weapon. But that doesn't mean that there are situations where the BERYL won't be better. For example, hot drops. Or if you're very, very heavily pushing an enemy that you know is just at 75% health, then if you're doing that mid-game and you won't give them those few seconds they need to heal up with boosters to 80% health, well then yeah, the BERYL will kill faster. So what is really the conclusion here, guys? Well, I'd say overall, the AUG definitely, no doubt, the better overall weapon. That is the weapon I want to take with me through the mid to the end game, to the final moments of the game, rather than the BERYL. And that is also because not only does the AUG beat the BERYL in this comparison, but personally, I find the AUG much easier to control, even with its latest nerf. And the reason I'm laughing a little bit is because that nerf has gotten so much hate. So many people have said, hey, now you're just forcing me to use the BERYL because you nerfed the AUG. I mean, now I'm just gonna use the BERYL. Or the M4. Well, actually, the AUG is still insanely good. And my argument here is that the AUG is indeed the best overall world spawn assault rifle in PUBG. So there you have it, guys. I hope you found this deep dive into the data interesting. This is something I want to do a little bit more of because it highlights and it reveals some very interesting facts about how damage works in this game and which gun you should choose in the different situations. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.